In the intricate web of Norse mythology, few figures embody the essence of divine inspiration and knowledge like Kvasir. Born not from human parents, nor even from a single god, but from an act of reconciliation between two warring tribes of deities, the Aesir and the Vanir, Kvasir represents unity, wisdom, and poetic genius. His origin and eventual fate are central to one of the most significant cultural symbols in Norse legend, the creation of the Mead of poetry, a magical substance that grants the gift of eloquence, creativity, and wisdom. Kvasir's birth is itself symbolic. After years of war, the Aesir and Vanir gods finally agreed to peace. To seal this truce, both groups spat into a shared vat. Rather than let the sacred mixture go to waste, they created a man from the combined spittle, Kvasir, who was infused with the collective wisdom of all the gods. As a being born of divine compromise and cooperation, Kvasir was not only wise beyond comprehension, but was said to answer any question posed to him. He became a wandering sage, traveling through the 9 realms to spread knowledge and offer guidance. Unlike the warriors and tricksters who dominate much of Norse myth, Kvasir was peaceful and philosophical. His gifts were not of battle or deception, but of insight and intellect. He embodied the Norse ideal that knowledge is a powerful force, perhaps equal to strength. His very existence challenged the warrior-centric values of the Viking Age, emphasizing that diplomacy and wisdom could also shape the cosmos. However, Kvasir's brilliance also led to his tragic downfall. During his travels, he encountered 2 dwarves, Fjalar and Galar, who, envious of his wisdom and seeking his power, murdered him. They collected his blood and mixed it with honey, creating the Mead of poetry, a divine drink that could bestow the art of poetry and profound knowledge upon any who drank it. This potent mead, known in Old Norse as skaldskaparmjöð, became a treasured object in the myths representing inspiration itself. The dwarves, however, did not keep the mead for long. It was eventually taken by the giant Suttung, who hid it away in a mountain guarded by his daughter, Gunnlod. The tale of the mead doesn't end with Kvasir's death. It continues through the exploits of Odin, who, ever hungry for wisdom and power, undertakes a dangerous quest to retrieve it. Disguising himself, seducing Gunnlod, and transforming into an eagle, Odin steals the mead and flies back to Asgard, spilling a few drops in the process. These lost drops, it's said, are what ordinary poets and fools drink, while true skalds, poets of divine gift, sip from the portions safely brought back by the Allfather. Thus, Kvasir lives on in every inspired word, in the sacred mead, and in the voice of poets across the ages. His story is not just about the birth of poetic talent, but also about the cost of knowledge, the dangers of envy, and the enduring power of ideas. Kvasir's murder was not the end of his legacy, but the beginning of a mythic tradition that would celebrate the spoken and written word as divine. In many ways, Kvasir's myth is a Norse counterpart to Prometheus in Greek mythology, a being who brings a divine gift to the world at great personal cost. But where Prometheus stole fire, Kvasir was the gift. He represents the best of both godly tribes, the synthesis of might and magic, and the belief that wisdom once shared becomes immortal. His tale also offers insight into how the Norse viewed poetry and storytelling. Far from mere entertainment, poetry was sacred, a tool of communication with the gods, a way to preserve history, and a means to immortalize one's deeds. The skalds, Norse poets, were not just artists but keepers of memory, echoing Kvasir's role as a disseminator of knowledge. Modern retellings, from literature to video games and fantasy series, often draw upon Kvasir's archetype, the sage whose death seeds greatness. His blood mead continues to symbolize the creative spark, the sudden flash of brilliance, and the long-sought muse that eludes all but the worthy. While many gods of the Norse pantheon are remembered for their thunder, trickery, or war, Kvasir is remembered for his mind and for the poetic fire that would not die with him.